Hey, this is Matthew.
And this is Andrea.
And welcome back to Nerd News Today, and it's time for another statue review.
SNIKT!
Yeah, so we got a good one today. This is one I know that you're a big fan of.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
So today from Diamond Select, we have from their X-Men, the animated series, bust statues.
Wolverine, Bob!
All right then.
Can't help it if my boy Wolverine gets me all excited.
Clearly.
Not how I meant it, Internet.
So let's get through this real quick so I know you want to open Wolverine up.
Yeah.
This is our box. It's got a picture of what this resin bust looks like on the front of it. It's got a nice big shot of him on the side.
That's a fantastic shot.
Yeah, that's definitely a 90s X-Men Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
Other side here has a look at some other characters who
Some
we'll be
other
getting as well.
busts.
They've all been announced. We've already looked at the Cyclops, in fact, and I think Jean might be one of the next ones.
Oh, I
and
hope so.
Gambit's not too far down the line either.
Yeah.
And the top is the X-Men logo. And you'll notice this is not a window-style box.
No.
All the resin busts tend to be in this box here, which don't show you what it looks like outside of it.
Yeah. But on the back is fun because it has a little bit of an itty-bitty bio. It also says that it's limited to 3,000 pieces, and it says it was designed by Barry Bradfield, sculpted by Varner Studios.
But that's enough about the packaging because we
Open
don't care
it!
about the box. Yeah, let's go ahead and why don't you do the honors?
Ooh.
Yeah, so what you get when you open it up immediately is our certificate of authenticity, which has our number as well, because these are limited to 3,000, as we mentioned. So we got 365.
What? You put it away from me. Yeah, sorry, you were saying we have 365?
Number 365. Just take Wolverine out of the package, huh? And we should also mention that on the bottom of the box, it also has the same number there, too.
Okay, normally I would just cut this open, but this is hilarious. It gives you a little window.
Got a little window.
But stick your hand in there.
What's in there? Ah. You know, I was wondering how they were going to, like, keep the claws safe. And, well, that answers that question.
Great.
Well, that was literally my first question. I was like, how are they going to keep that safe? And
I think that's
There you go.
brilliant.
so here's our Wolverine out of the package now.
And he's so beautiful.
He is. Andrea, why don't you just tell us what you like about Wolverine first?
He's Wolverine.
All right, so that's our review of Wolverine.
No, this is definitely animated series accurate. You
Yeah.
know, down to the disgruntled look on his face, the pose, the hairs on his arm. I mean, I do think it's kind of hilarious that he has the way that they outline some of his musculature.
Yeah, that's how they do it for this piece. They gotta give it that cartoony look, and that's what helps really nail that look of it.
Just do it.
Yeah, he's got the Nike swoosh on his left arm. So 90s.
I don't even get it.
Only 90 kids had recognized the 90s references in this 90s Wolverine.
But no, I mean, it's a really strong and powerful, Wolverine. Like, this is a good Wolverine. So his claws are the kill spot.
Yes, they're pretty sharp.
And they're pretty sharp, even though they're rounded, which is really weird. I like how just the top of his butt is part of this.
Got a little bit of butt cheek happening there.
Yeah, which I think is funny. But overall, I like his pose. I mean, this is a classic Wolverine pose. Ready to fight, ready to pounce. So...
Yeah, I think they got the face pretty much like it is in the cartoon, and they got the body like it is in the cartoon. And then they even got how the body looks, because you can see he's got his six-pack there. He's got the chest outline.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing with the back. They basically have those little highlights that you would see if you're watching it as a cartoon. I do think his back is a little underwhelming, though, compared to the front especially, because I feel like the front, you can see how buff and muscly he is. And the back, it's a little bit flatter and slimmer.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but... To be honest, I'm not looking at his back that much.
Yeah, you really won't have him posed that way anyway. He'll be posed pretty much like this from the front, probably all the time. So that's not a big deal. I do like, again, going back to the paint job and how they outline things, like how they got the outline of the arm hair, the outline of where the elbow joint is. He's even got outline on this tricep over here. So, they did all those things to keep it just like it was in the cartoon.
Yeah, but I will say this. Looking at this, the paint job on the triangles, it looks a little messy. And I'm not sure if that's what it was like in the animated style, but... Like, over here, there's, like, a double point. You can clearly see that there were lines.
Yeah.
And they're outside the lines, some of them kind of heavily. And it's not a huge detractor, but not my favorite.
Yeah, considering that the paint application is one of the most important parts of the statue, because they rely on that paint to help create the outlines and give it the cartoon effect.
Like, over here, also, it looks as though he has... like loose hairs or something.
So I think what they did good was in particular the shading, the toning effect they did here, because that still looks really great. Yellow is a tough color to do that with, and they got that correct. But when you get to all the little detailed bits, yeah, it it gets a little chunky over here. He's a chunky woofer Wolverine boy.
He is not a chunky woofer, but they made his stripes. They're just messy.
His stripes are messy, and like some of them are too big, others too small. The one good thing about it is that it's just straight black. So if you want to touch it up, you could, but you shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
But it's, does it really detract from the statue? I'd say really no. You could even see from this angle, like, you don't really notice it as much because so much of it is really the arms and the chest part.
Yeah, I guess it's just, I don't know. It's a little disappointing for me.
So the base is the exact same base Diamond has done for every single bust ever, pretty sure. We looked at some of their busts way back when. It has the same kind of thing. So all of their mini busts share this same look, and that's fine. It keeps them nice and uniform.
Yeah.
They all are basically also the same like part as well. It's always basically from the waist up. So again, this is fine. What's even cooler though is that it actually just fit in with like again all the other busts that they've done. That includes their DC animated series busts.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So if you're collecting any of these busts, they're all in scale with each other, which is really awesome. Yeah. Speaking of the base, you can see on the bottom. We also just have, again, the number for what the piece is. You can see, and just all the copyright information. But, again, more importantly, you get the number there. So you get the number in 3 different spots. But back to the paint. The paint does reinforce it's the cartoon. It's got the different shades you would have seen if you watched the cartoon growing up. And that was a big part of their detail.
If not, you can find it on Disney+. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it. Please, you're missing out on some great animation.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just really love this Wolverine face. I think it is just one of the most spot-on expressions of Wolverine.
Yeah, it's a good Wolverine. It reminds me a lot of the taller statue we did of him a year ago, him in the brown suit.
Yeah.
It's got that kind of face, but I think this one did a little bit better.
Yeah, well, it's the animated series face, and quite frankly, I feel like that's become a little bit more iconic.
Yeah.
In some ways, just because it's classic Wolverine.
Yeah. So this Wolverine mini bust, it's totally captured the look of the cartoon and the feel of the cartoons. I'd say it's a pretty good success once again.
I would definitely say it's a success. It fits right in with the rest of the ones that have been done, or that are going to be done. Yeah, overall, it's a strong piece. The paint job, I gotta admit, the paint job with the black and everything, it does tarnish it a little bit for me, just because at glance, I do notice it. I do notice it when I look at the black, like if I'm just kind of like, something catches my eye because some of the points are just, they're not even.
Yeah.
So it makes it a little harder for me to love it as much, but because of that face and because of the style of everything, I know exactly where it's coming from, so I still love it. But it doesn't fill me with as much glee as it did when we first got it.
But it's still got a great expression.
But it's still Wolverine, so yeah.
Strong pose. Yeah, it's got the perfect Wolverine pose. So, it's a 9 out of 10, I'd say.
Look, it's a great addition. I do still love it. It's a Wolverine that I still love.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be displayed in your collection immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
So, on that note, if you guys want to pick up this Wolverine, you can check him out using our Amazon affiliate link in the description below, which helps support our website and costs you nothing extra.
And, let us know what you think of this Wolverine down in the comments.
So, on that note, I'm Matthew.
I'm Andrea.
And this has been a Nerd News Today review of Diamond Select's X-Men The Animated Series Wolverine Mini Bust.
Thank goodness he wasn't Australian.
Peaches, bub!
X-Men, save the day, save the day.
X-Men, save the day, and do stuff with jazz hands. See you guys next time. Goodbye.
Me and Wolverine are going someplace else.
Australia? Hang out with Hugh Jackman.
We're going to Canada, bub. Canada.
Oh, I love Canada, I do.
SNIKT. SNIKT.